I want to welcome you to a special event, a talk show, which we are going to be having a discussion, which is hosted by the Watchman Catholic Charismatic Movement. Amen. 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 Not to spend much time, I want to invite our anchor of the discussion, Baroness Samuel Ezekiel. Baroness Samuel Ezekiel is the graduate of the University. I'm going to be doing the international work and doing the masters. You are welcome, sir. The first able guest, our first speaker, we would like to welcome Engineer AYOMIDE. Let's clap the hand as we come. Engineer AYOMIDE is leading his master's now in engineering management. I from the University, Petroleum Engineering. You are welcome, sir. Our second speaker is Miss Faith OMATA. Can we clap her hands? She's coming. She's a business tycoon in the making. And she finished our undergraduate program in the University, studying business administration. And she's taking her master's. I will clap her hands. Up next, we have Miss Agatha Ajika. Miss Agatha Ajika, she's currently on a master's level in pharmacy. You are welcome now. And the last but not the least, let's welcome OGUNJESA BABATOPE. You are welcome, sir. Let's clap our hands. We are ready speaker. So without much time, I would like to hand over to our anchor to start the discussion.
Thank you very much, Mr. John. Thank you also our distinguished guests, the person of Mr. AYOMIDE, Mr. Faith, Miss Agatha, and Mr. Tope. First of all, without wasting much time, we'll be discussing on the topic, culture is a way of life. It's something that is done repeatedly. So if I exhibit or someone exhibits a way of life that is done occasionally, can it still be categorized as culture?
Yes, it depends. Take for instance, somebody exhibits, let's assume the character of maybe talking too much. You can say that, or that person or a group of persons together can say this people have a culture of talking too much. It's just simply a way of life. Somebody that likes eating food, a particular kind of food, that's a way of life. Somebody that likes a particular kind of music or sings in a particular way, or somebody depending on how you behave, that's what we mean by culture. Just simply the way of life. Although it has different meaning. In fact, from my recent study, there have not been a particular definition for the word culture, or different people just give their various definition about what culture is.
Right. Mr. Agatha, do you have any opinion on that?
Well, just to add a little to what you have said, culture, I know when we mention the word culture, well, we are prone to look at a group of people. But I believe to know that culture, a particular person can have a culture. The way, because culture is just principles, set of values, set of priorities. What are my priorities? What are my values? What are my principles? So all these make up a culture of a person or a particular group of people.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Mr. Tope. What's your opinion on the word kingdom? The kingdom of God. Because we are talking about the culture of the kingdom and the culture of the world. So what's your opinion? What's your perspective on the word kingdom?
Thank you so much, Operator. When we want to talk about the kingdom, we are actually talking about a particular section that has specific rules that actually govern such way of life and perspective and reaction to what is quite a little bit deviated from society norms. What I mean is that the worldly norms. From the first question that you asked, you talked about culture, and I want to make an inference from this. And when we talk about culture, initially, I want to see culture as some rules or norms that govern a set of people or live in pervasions in a geographical location. And when we are talking about the kingdom now, we are talking about a set of individuals that have actually been transformed, just like the scripture said to you, as it translated from the kingdom of this world to the kingdom of his dear son. So the kingdom, the culture of, the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven, is just a group of men or women that have been saved, sanctified, and prepared for heaven.
Sorry, you said that the culture is the norms, the rules that govern a set of people. Can it be enforced by a governmental institutions, or a governmental body?
Yeah, definitely. The government and even the society are perspective shaping even the way that we act. So in one way or the other, the government equally have an enforcing power to try as much as possible to motivate people to accept some sort of norms. For example now, when the vehicle is going, of course, and we have traffic light, the government actually put that traffic light in order to for drivers or commuters generally to abide by a certain rule that can create some sort of orderliness. So I can say it can be enforced.
So from your answer now, you can liken a culture to a law. Is that what you're saying?
In one way, it could be a law. In one way, it could be other form of personal view, being subjective. Culture could be objective, and culture as well could still be subjective.
Ms. Faith, what's your opinion on what you just said on the word kingdom? What's your opinion? Can I tell the house?
Adding to what my brother said, I will say kingdom because if I heard clearly you said the kingdom of God. I will say kingdom of God is when God comes to reign in the life of a man and enables you to live the life he expects of you. So that I will say is my little opinion added to that. And when he say concerning culture, it's when God comes into a life of a man and enables the man to live what he wants to do. Then you are following the principles that he expects of us. Thank you.
So please, can you cite some examples of the culture of the kingdom in our today's dispensation? Some examples, please.
From examples, the Bible says, I'll quote from the Bible. It says we should live holy, even as he, God Almighty, is holy. When we live our life to please him by loving people, he said, by this shall men know that we are his disciples, when we love one another. So these are examples of cultures of the kingdom. When we love one another, when we live a holy life, and when we live with unity with one another.
Mr. AYOMIDE, can you please cite some examples of the culture of the kingdom in today's church? A practical example.
Well, if I want to cite some examples of the culture of the kingdom, we look at marriage. We can also look at the way people also marry. That what they would like, take for instance, what the world calls dating. We don't do dating, but we do courtship. What the world calls marriage, they call marriage a union between a man and a woman, or a man and a man of same sex, or a transgender. But in the kingdom, of course, we have only two genders. I'm not talking about sex. When we talk about sex, we mean male or female. That's the way we were born. But when we talk about gender, it's the way the person comes to realize himself. So in the kingdom, we have just two gender, male and female gender. That's masculine and feminine. And but in the world, you can have transgender, cisgender, and various kinds of. There are some people that they actually, even now, so there are some people that say that they don't have a gender, they don't know where they belong, and they are trying to give them a place. So we see culture in various aspects of the church. Okay, even in the way we dress, our dressing culture for the kingdom is different from that of the world. In so many, just the way of life naturally of the kingdom is, of course, it's usually and in most cases different from the way of life of the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Mr. Agatha. Can you please tell us, in your own view, your own perspective, what is the culture of the world? Can you please draw some comparisons, the differentiation between the culture of the world and that of the culture of the kingdom? Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Like I earlier on said, cultures are principles. someone's priorities, someone's values. So if you ask me to differentiate between the cultures of the kingdom and the culture of the world, I will draw a contrast between the priorities of the world and the priorities of the kingdom of God. We know that the priorities of the kingdom of God are holiness, righteousness, love, peace. But then the priorities and the occupations of the people of the world, you have alcoholism, as in all the vices, immoralities, indecencies, and all the vices and all those things that are contrary to the will of God. These are the things we find to be the priorities of the kingdom of the world.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Mr. Tope. What are the reasons why the culture of the world is being infiltrated or is being seen into this church? And can you please give some possible solutions to it? What are the reasons why the culture of the world has been creeping into the church? You can see some of the traits of the culture of the world into the church. What are the reasons? And possible solution, please.
And thank you so much, Mr. Moderator. When we look at it, basically, the Bible actually gave us a window view of what is actually going to happen towards the end of the world. Basically, when we read the Bible, Matthew chapter 24, for example, there are a whole lot of eschatological revelations concerning what will be happening even towards the ending of the world. And the first thing I want to talk about there again, in one of the scripture citations, talking about the love of many people really going to wax cold. Now, the love of people are waxing cold, and the perspective of the world today generally is all about humanism. Humanism in the sense that let every body be accommodated. You don't need to judge anybody if their attitude or their way of life or their behaviors are actually right. And nobody is meant to actually be an arbiter towards that. So because of this view and perspective, is being brought in even into the church by so many so-called men of God who actually desire the worship of men. And in the sense of this, they tend to please the general society, and gradually what is actually happening in the world is coming into the church. And for example, you actually asked me to cite an example. One. Comedy in the church. According to an author, which a book authored by one of the old saints in the Lord, I will say that, he said that God is not just responsible. God is the determination of God for now is not that He wants to keep us happy, but rather He wants to make us holy and fit for heaven. But in the world today, everybody just wants to make people happy. And when you tend to make people happy, there are some excesses in which you can allow to play even on the ground. So basically, bringing comedy even into the church today, it wasn't like that. Is it Paul that actually told us about the various persecution that he suffered for preaching the truth? Is this such a man that will come into the church in our contemporary time and sit in the church and watch a whole lot of people making jest, and even to the extent that so many of them making jest of the word of God, the preachers of the gospel, and even the gospel message unto us? So this is just an example of how the culture of the world is coming into the church.
Sorry, I just want to add something to what he said. Actually, he gave a very good reference, but I want to point something out. One thing about culture is that culture is highly influential. Culture can be influenced. That's where conviction comes in. Take for instance, you see someone, the way the person dresses, you say, wow, I like the way he dresses, and you kind of tend to do that. It's influential. America is world power, not just because of their grand economy, but because of their culture. Once you have cultural influence, of course, when it comes to economy, I know that America is still up there, but China too is also doing well. But if you look at Russia, while they were the world power with America, you find out that they tried to spread their culture. Any country that is a world power tries to spread culture, because once you get so many people to do the way you do, they actually agree with what you do. So culture is very influential, that's what I'm saying, but that's where conviction comes in. So to remedy this situation, people must have conviction of what they are doing. When the church doesn't have conviction of what it's doing, there is no way they are not going to be guided away by the influence of the culture of the world. Now, apart from conviction, he says something about law, that's culture is law. That's where law comes, that's where enforcement comes in. Enforcing what has been ordained, what we should do, enforcing it. So I think that's where, first of all, people should have conviction. The laity should have conviction. That's talking about the church. The laity should have conviction of what they are doing. And then also the clergy must enforce the rule of God on our lives and even in our culture. Thank you.
All right, I want to digress a bit before I move to the next question. In 1 John chapter 2, verse 15, it says that love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Does that mean that as we're in the world, we should not mingle with the people of the world? Does it have any negative influence on us as believers? Over to you, brother. Can you please stay the house?
Sorry, I didn't really get your question. Can you come?
I said the scripture says in 1 John chapter 2, verse 15, it said, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So does it mean that as we are in the world, we should not mingle with the people of the world? You understand? Does it have any negative influence on we as believers? Thank you.
Okay, well, no, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't mingle with the world. Of course, if we look at, the Bible makes us understand that Jesus is the author and finisher of our faith. If you look at Jesus, he spent a great deal with the publicans of the sinners, where they tag them sinners in quotes. But then, what was the purpose of him mingling with them? That's what we must ask ourselves. Was the purpose so that he could buy the idea, or was the purpose so that he could buy his idea? So we must come to that fact. Now, when the Bible says love not the world, as a Christian, naturally a Christian who has been metamorphosed, permit me to use that word, and who has his likeness changed. Of course, the Bible makes us that when God created us, he created us in his image, and after his likeness, he's benevolent, we are benevolent. The things he has, we have them also. And so, a Christian who has come to know Jesus and come to be metamorphosed into the original person he was meant to be, now naturally shouldn't have love for the world, shouldn't have love for all these things. Even though these things may come in, they may put themselves appeasing in one way or the other, because of course we are still natural, we are still in our natural body, and they may put themselves pleasing. But the Christian must make sure that even in spite of the things we do, that there is no love for the world there. So it doesn't mean that we shouldn't mingle with people. No, you can go ahead and mingle with them. But it's not so that they will win you over. Permit me to use that word. I want to be very blunt. It's not so that they will take you over, but rather so that through your mingling, that it all comes to conviction. When there's conviction, if you have conviction of what you are doing, you can be able to convince the other person. Your words will carry greater power. You'll be able to convince the other person to come over to your side. So I think that's just what I'm saying.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Ms. Faith. Moving back to the key part of our previous question, I said there are some traits of the world that are not found in the church. So what are the possible solutions? Thank you.
Well, some of the traits that are in the world, the way we can actually solve that is one, going back to the beginning, knowing that God, who has created us, has a way He expects us to be. And if out of carelessness and out of we not paying attention to the things happening around us, we get entangled with the things of this world. It's going back to Him and holding tight to Him. Only by Him can we put up all those things. Because if you want to do it by your human wisdom or human power, you'll not be able to do it. Instead, you end up getting yourself involved. So the only solution I can say is going back. The only solution I can say is going back to the beginning, because that's the only way. Going back to God that has created all things, and going back to Him to give us the wisdom on how to go about it.
Thank you very much. Over to you now, Minister Agatha. A very, very important question now. It says, what are the reasons? How is the culture of the kingdom a source of conversion and a motivation to believe to unbelievers, sinners? How is the culture of the kingdom a source of conversion and motivation to sinners or unbelievers? A source of conversion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Coordinator. The culture of the kingdom, like we earlier on said, we mentioned law, we mentioned righteousness, we mentioned holiness. So you agree with me that if I live with my neighbor, I want to give an example. I live with my neighbor, I'm a Christian, he's not a Christian, I want to win him over, and I live with him living the culture of the kingdom, expressing love in my every attitude. Of course, love is influential. There is no way there will become a time when he will sit to think and say, this lady has what I don't have. I do this way, yet she doesn't pay back, and then she does this. So living the culture of love toward unbelievers is a way that it actually helps to bring them over to the kingdom. And then talking about righteousness, I want to give this example of maybe someone working in an office. You're working in an office where fraud it's no problem. When it comes, everybody forges the figures and then changes everything. But then you stand for righteousness. You say, I'm not going to be involved in this. I know it could be hard. You may be found standing alone. But if you keep on, there might be somebody that will get influenced, somebody that will get to say, come, this person is really standing out. This person's life is challenging. I'm doing this. I thought that everybody does like this, but I've seen someone that is able to stand out. If I'll give an example myself, how I got to join this movement, I used to see this one of our sisters, she was just there. Everybody was in trousers, she was in skirts. Every time I would see her, she was just as simple, just that different. I saw the difference. I said, because the mentality I had, I thought that everybody on the island is supposed to wear the trousers, but I saw her, and why is she different? She didn't really talk to me, but her appearance spoke to me, and then that influenced me. When she came to talk to me, there was no resistance. So that is how the culture of the kingdom can be able to influence the culture of the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. What will you, Mr. Tope? What's your intake on it? How is the culture? What's your opinion? How is the culture of the kingdom being a source of conversion and motivation to unbelievers, sinners? What's your opinion on that?
Thank you so much. As an addendum to what my sister spoke about, really, looking at it, my brother actually cited some examples about some nations of the world conquering other nations. And if you look at it from a historical perspective, I want to draw some inference from this. We heard about the Roman Empire, how they go to several nations of the world, and they have it conquered. And through that means, they actually introduced in their culture so that people could buy their idea, and there could be little or no difference between those people, so that there could be some sort of smooth running of the government. So also when we are bringing that even into the kingdom of God, and looking into the Bible, the book of Acts, the Bible makes us to understand that when the people build these people, they knew that they've been with Jesus. And outsiders see a set of people whose way of life is quite different from the society norms. And because of this, they were able to draw some sort of inference that indeed, this one has been with Jesus. So, in concluding now, there are so many ways in which our way of life, the way of the kingdom, can influence other people or motivate other people to want to have an awareness of what is actually going in this kingdom. She talked about love. The word believed that an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth is actually a rule that governs the world. But in the kingdom, it's not like that. Even the Bible makes us to understand that we should suffer wrong. But it's not like that in the kingdom. In the kingdom, the desire is how can we live to better the life of other people. But in the world, it's not like that. It's reinforced. So when they see a Christian exhibiting such a trait that is not being acted upon, I mean, it's not something that somebody just cook up himself, but is an imputed ability that is so divine, and the books of this world or the knowledge of this world cannot build such a skill set in the life of a man.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tope. Please, we'll give room to the audience or the house to ask a question. But before that, one of the controversial issues in our society today is the issue of marriage. And please, Ms. Faith, can you please tell us the guidelines of marriage in this moment? Thank you.
Well, concerning that, what I would say is, just like our brother earlier said that when he was talking about the things that is done in the kingdom and the things that is done outside. like he earlier said, that the way they marry outside is different from the way they marry in the kingdom. And I'll bring that the way we marry in this movement, it's based on the word of God. And knowing that when God created man and woman, he never in one way or the other say that, okay, that this is, you go about looking for who to marry. But he was the one that told the man that it is time for you to have a wife. So based on this movement, when I believe and I know that when it is time, based on your connection with God, he will make you to know that it is time for you to begin to pray. And as Christians, following the principle of God, it's for you to meet your pastor and tell him the situation on ground. Tell him it's not going about looking for sisters, or going about trying one sister or the other, or going about maybe I should talk to this one. If this one agree, fine. Does not agree, I'll go to another. But based on what is done in this movement, we have a pastor, and he is our leader here. He is to guide us, and God has given him the enablement to lead and direct us in the right way. So, like I said earlier on, that if it's time, and on your age too, God will make you to know when you begin to pray. And the all-knowing God knows where he has created you for, and knows the plan he has for you. Will make you to know that it's not for us to begin to do try and error. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Faith. And over to you, Mr. Ayo. I want to ask another important question. Regarding the culture of the kingdom and the culture of the world, is there a merge or a merge between these two cultures in our today's society? Is there a merge or a merge coming together between these two cultures in our today's society? Thank you.
Well, there is a merge. There is a merge. We see a merge, which ought not to be so. Because there is a merge doesn't actually mean that there's actually supposed to be a merge. I want to first of all continue from what she said when you were talking about the issue of marriage. When you understand the concept of something, then no matter how that thing is twisted, or no matter how the thing is turned around, you'll be able to understand it still. The concept of, like, just wanted to draw from marriage, the concept of all these things, the reason why all these things are there is just so that it's for one particular reason. And that reason can be found in Matthew chapter 5. And it says, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. It's the reason why many of these things are enforced, the reason why many of these things are put in place. Now, take for instance, I actually, when I was coming this morning, I was thinking I'm going to hear questions on dating, feminism, and all this. But no problem. So now, take for instance, I just want to draw an issue of dating because we are actually young, and I really want to talk on this. Now, if you look at the issue of dating, now, so many young teenagers feel that, when it's time to date, you actually go around, look for somebody, or maybe as you walk, somebody approaches you, and then you get into dating, and then from dating you get into relationship, and then from relationship you get into courtship, and from courtship you get into marriage. But the question we must ask ourselves is that, while doing all those things, can we still maintain can we still maintain purity of heart? Can we still maintain that Matthew chapter 5 verse 8? That's the question we must ask ourselves. And so the reason why those things are put in place, tell you to come, you wish they have something, you come, you meet the pastor, and then why you actually come to meet the pastor is so that you can be guided, because you've not married before, am I right? You've not married before, you've not done such a thing before, so you come actually to meet somebody who experienced, so that you can be guided, because it's a very dangerous time. It's a time where people make mistakes, it's a time where people were falling through so many traps and snares of the enemy. So that's that. Now, on the issue of the marriage, now we see a very sad merging. Of recent, a recent large congregation named Richard had a convention, and then one of the pastors there came and said that they refused to accept gays and the LGBT, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender association. They refused to accept them, and he was like, all those people go to hell because they lack love. And of course, you can't blame him. That's what he believes. That's what he believes. And it's not that he purposely, he just wants to just cause trouble. That's what he believes. And so we see a merge of these two things. Now, take for instance also now. You find that in the house of God, you find that like our brother said, the bringing of comedians is a merge of all these things. Now, But let's not just look at it from one perspective, trying to blame some people. You need to ask yourself, starting from you, what is the merge? Because when we talk about the kingdom of God, we are actually the kingdom of God. We are the ones. When we talk about the kingdom of the world, they are the kingdom of the world. And so ask yourself, the movies you watch, is there a marriage between the kingdom of God and the kingdoms of the world? You need to ask yourself that question. The things you do, the life you live, the clothes you wear, the music you listen to, is there a marriage between the kingdom of the God, the kingdom of God and the kingdom of the world in the things you do? And from there you can actually draw, because if all of us, Christianity, I was surprised there actually. I was trying to check to know the population of Christianity, and I found out that, sorry, I hope I'm not wasting my time. I found out that Christianity has a population of 2.2 billion individuals. That's the largest, should I say, social group in the whole world, in the whole universe. 2.2 billion. If we are to say, okay, we want to stop listening to, okay, I went on YouTube and I found out that I was with my brother, and we were checking, I found out that some of these foreign musicians, they have up to 2 billion views on YouTube. And I was like, wow, it's not my first time I've seen a YouTube video with 2 billion views. I've not seen it before. It's actually thousands and millions. And so, and it was a world music, and I was like, my God, this is what we are talking about. So if each and every one of us, as Christians, say we want to cut ourselves from the culture of this world, they won't make money. They don't even, they want money from us. They won't make money and be forced to close down. I hope you get my point. They won't make money and be forced to close down. So it all boils down to us. Ask yourself, the life you live, the way you talk, the languages you use. The reason why, take for instance, you hear this word, slave king, slave queen. The reason why it makes wave and move on social media is because we accept it. If as it comes out, all of us as 2.2 billion refuse to pay attention to it, of course it's not going to make any meaning. I hope you get my point. So it all boils down to us. We are actually responsible for the menace we see, we Christians. We are actually responsible for the things, for the catastrophe that we see, the merging that we see. No, I don't want to go to the clergy because they are so much at fault. God need to have mercy, many of them. God need to have, I'm talking about the clergy, that's the pastors and this and that, did a lot of nonsense. So we see pastors that sleep around with women, they cause all these things. So it all boils down to us, as individuals. Ask yourself, how is the kingdom of God and the kingdom of the world merging in the way I live, in my way of life? That's just what I want to say. Thank you.
Mr. Coordinator, sir, I think we have to interrupt a bit. The audience, they seem lost. They are so soaked. We need to take some questions. So if you have any question you would like to ask, can you just raise your hand and pick up from the audience? Before we start, please, everybody should raise his hand, not after you gain inspiration when you're about to stop. So let's start.
Question is for Mr. Ayo. He made an opinion which I think isn't clearly defined. And he said that we as Christians or people in the kingdom of God can mingle with the people of the world, but we should have a clear purpose of not being won over by them. But I think that our opinion actually has a question mark, because realistically it is very easy to learn evil than good. I'm talking of realistically. Even the word communication curves with manners. And even the Bible gives us a warning of that. We shouldn't be found in the company of the scorners. So if actually as Christians we should mingle with them, I think you should actually define what that mingle in that context is.
What I mean by the word mingle. And she's actually true that the evil actually influences good. That's actually true. But the same Bible makes us understand that the evil bows before good also. In Proverbs, evil bows before good. When you see a man with a good intention, people that do good things, people that like take for instance, if you have to look down history, the people that actually did wonderful things in the society are the names we can't remember. Am I right? So in a way, even though evil influences good, but good also has its way over evil. Now, but when I talk about mingling, the Bible makes us clearly to understand that it doesn't mean that you should, the people that we are not supposed to mingle with, actually, that's when we talk about mingling, to run away from, are the people who are in church will live false lives. That's what the Bible makes us understand. That now, Paul tells us in, I think, 2 Corinthians very clearly, that if any man be a fornicator, be a swindler, be lascivious, all this kind of people, we say, with such an one, don't even eat with him. Don't even eat with him. People who are in church, who live double standard lives, hypocritical lives, they are the ones that we are not actually supposed to live. Now, but the world, when we talk about the world, the people around, now, it doesn't mean that when you see somebody that is coming, when I talk about me, I don't mean that you now have one difference only and then you are moving with them. No, that's not what I'm talking about. When I talk about mingling, I mean you can just have some form of interaction some form of a discourse. I'm not talking about deep friendship that deep intimacy. Bible makes us understand clearly, emotional 3 verse 3, that can two walk together except they agree. And in 1 Corinthians 6, the Bible makes us clearly to understand that what fellowship does Christ have with Belial. And so when we talk about mingling, we don't mean a deep friendship, or we just mean interaction, discourse, the kind of mingling you have when you go for evangelism. I don't want to be so specific because I just want us to understand the concept, and which I believe most of us do. Because if you understand the concept, then you know what is right and what is wrong. So I don't want to begin to define clear lines because it all depends on our views and a lot of other things, depending on the circumstance. So it doesn't mean we can actually mingle with them, but not so deep. I'll just put it that way. Thank you very much. Is it clear?
Yeah, it is.
Thank you. The next question.
My question is about language. I want us to throw more emphasis on language because I want to understand the language of the kingdom and the language of the world. Because sometimes you find out that most Christians use some languages that are not peculiar with the language of the kingdom. So maybe you can share examples of some words that we can say that are not with the kingdom of God, are not related to this
Do you want
kingdom.
to answer the question?
Anyone can answer the question.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Umbrella, when he was talking, he made us understand that even personally, we can personally merge these two kingdoms in our lives. So, before I answer her question, I would like to say that it can be better answered on a personal note. You look at yourself, how have you merged these two languages? How have you merged the language of the world? Of course it's clear. Of course it's clear. How have you merged the language of the world with the language of the kingdom? How do you talk? If Jesus were in your place, will you talk the way you've just spoken? Will you use the word you've just used? That is just clear. When you're able to make that distinction in your person, then you're able to know that this would be done and this would not be done.
Sorry, I want to add something. Conscience actually requires knowledge. If somebody conscience doesn't have sufficient knowledge, take for instance, you find the man that he believes that he can sleep with another man, even though he's possessed, but his conscience, somebody can be into something and his conscience doesn't actually makes him know that what he's doing is wrong because there's no knowledge. So what I can say to such people is that my answer can be funny. Added to our own. Keep on coming for Sunday life. Keep on coming for the Bible study. Keep on coming to fellowship. Have your mind renewed. Have your mind transformed. Then with that, because I don't want to point clear lines. Because take for instance now, if you to point out some words, you may find out that over time you may actually become placed in the English dictionary, which of course many words that actually came out were actually what we can call vulgar, informal, or what you commonly call as slangs. Later, in the process of time, they came into the English dictionary, and actually English dictionary. So I don't want to point out some words, but what I can say is that just keep coming, have your mind transformed, have your mind renewed, then you will know that which is good and that which is wrong. Thank you very much.
As I said earlier, it's not only just questions. If you have a contribution you want to make, you can also raise your hand so you identify it. Okay. Sister Cynthia, are you clear with the question? Any other question? Okay.
So far, so good. We've learned a lot of things, but I'm going to use the current trend. Some of us are from Nigeria. We know what's been happening over the weekend. I think it was on Friday. The Oni of Ife, took a wife. And according to the news, the woman is a prophetess. And I've followed the news on the internet, and sincerely, people are confused. So, talking about the kingdom of God and kingdom of the world, I'm going to bring in what people have been saying. And now someone said, Esther in the Bible, that the king was not born again, but Esther was born again, and then she was in the palace for a reason. That is approving the fact that it's possible, actually. Why some other people were saying darkness and light are not supposed to mingle. Now, and Christians are talking about these things. I know a pastor that said that maybe God gave the prophetess a mission in the palace. Who knows? So I want us to Can God bring someone into the darkness, as in kingdom of darkness or kingdom of anything, and then for his own glory? Is it possible in this case now? Praise the Lord.
The question that you actually really asked is a very dicey question. But I will try my best to play around it, yet without losing the substance. I wouldn't want to talk about that, but I want to talk borrowing from it. Yeah, man, when it comes to the working of the Lord, of course, his work actually, as our understanding, is beyond our comprehension. But I think there's some sort of fault line in what actually happened. One is the same Bible that talked about Esther. Of course, we could know that that is actually Old Testament. Nevertheless, I'm not saying that there are some principles that exist in the Old Testament. I'm not saying all of them are just all gone. Of course, we still have some set that that we can still bring in even into the New Testament context. But remember, the Bible makes us to understand that in the place of divorce, the Bible wouldn't want us to divorce, and if there are any incident that could orchestrate being divorced, the commandment of the Bible is that such a person should be unmarried, right? And the person is only free to marry after the other partner had died. But in this context, it's not like that. So she, more or less coming in, has actually broke one of the principles that governs the behavior or the lifestyle of a Christian. And if you see, and the Bible makes us to understand that even the devil transformed himself to an agent to an angel of light. Of course, a whole lot of excuses could be sprouted up for the fact that maybe perversions, she can lead a man even to the Lord. Of course, there are several ways and several means that the Lord can lead somebody to Him, and He will do such without bringing any form of confusion to His commandment. Because you don't try to save other people. You don't. The Bible makes us to understand of Paul. He said, "And to those who are without law, I be as without law, yet not without the law of God." Not without the law of God. So in that context, I would say, for believers, there's a fault line in that marriage, and whatsoever that meant to be to happen. So as you Christian, when you hear this thing out, I don't just want you to look at it from one-sided perspective. Try as much as possible to equally consider it in other perspectives, so that you will not tend to go even into error, and what you say become a foundation in the heart of other people to make such a decision in future. Okay. So I think other people will have something to say.
I have something to say. First of all, our sister understands that this person is of the kingdom of God because she's a so-called prophetess. But we're not so sure she is of the kingdom of God. Because the citizens of the kingdom of God are people that have experienced the new birth. We don't know if she's just bearing the name or she has truly experienced the new birth. You can't call somebody a citizen of this kingdom except he has experienced that birth. It doesn't matter what hierarchy he has reached in religion. He might just be religious. He is not part of this kingdom. So because she's not part of this kingdom, let's say she's out. We can't say kingdom of God is merging with the kingdom of darkness. And then, talking about the marriage in particular, I can't say God gave that go ahead, because the Bible makes us understand that do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. That's what the Bible said. And God, who we all know cannot go against His word, He could not have told her to go marry an affair of some place when He has already said in His word we should not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. So the whole issue is, number one, does she really belong to this kingdom? Number two, God didn't say anything because he cannot go against his word.
Okay, I want to draw something which is when I want to actually talk about that controversial aspect where they say that Star Wars, serving was, I don't know what they were trying to, I don't know, I couldn't see any inference from there, but what I want to say is, if you look at Daniel, Daniel also served in the same Babylon, but he refused to eat a portion of the king's meat. So we must ask ourselves, Esther, she served in the king's palace, but I have every cause to believe that she did what our brother mentioned, that when I interact with the people without law, I interact with them without law, but while still under the law of Christ. Where the law of God does not conflict, fine, but where the law of God conflicts, I can't. Take for instance Daniel. Now he learns the language of the Chaldeans. The law of God does not conflict that. You can learn any language more. But where the law of God came was, when the law of God conflicted was when they gave him the portions of the kings. He said, I cannot do it. And then now when they gave him, when they put a law that they shouldn't pray, that we shouldn't pray, it was the king's law, the law of the Medes and Persia, one of the most powerful laws of Ancient time. He still went ahead to pray. So where the law of God conflicted, I'm just giving an example of what he said. Where the law of God conflicted with what he shouldn't do, because from what I saw was she actually did the blood ritual, danced in blood, and Bible commands us expressly that we should not sacrifice to idols and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness. So, going to what she said, we don't know where she's coming from, actually. That's where I'm going. We don't know if she was actually in the light or not in the light. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'll go back to you.
Thank you very much. Because my next question has been answered partially, but I want one of the speakers to portray more or elaborate more on it. The question is, practicing the kingdom, or practicing the culture of the kingdom, can it be equated with Christianity? That is someone who practices the culture of the kingdom. Can you see that person is genuinely saved? Anybody can answer from the speaker.
Thank you. I want to say this way. You cannot separate the kingdom from what it entails in the life of as many as possible that receive the kingdom. For example, if I receive a job now, a job offer, I'm expected to abide by every rules or regulation that governs such a job. So, when the kingdom comes into our life, the evidence is actually the fruit of the kingdom. So, nobody can be in the kingdom without the attributes, the characteristics, and the traits that governs the kingdom. So, we cannot separate the two. Be in the kingdom means that the kingdom culture is being expressed either passively in some cases or actively in some cases, depending on the context of such.
Also, I want to add to what our brother said. In the society where we are, there are so many people privileged to be called Christians, but that does not mean they are part of the kingdom, because each and every one of us may come from a Christian background. But the thing there is, just like you say that, it is when you are in the kingdom you can live out the life. So it is the fruit that you show that shows, the fruit that you live out that shows that yes, you're actually living the life of the kingdom. But somebody else can also be a Christian, but is actually not living out that life, cannot be called a person that has already entered into the kingdom. I don't know if I'm understood.
I want to say something more. I believe that someone can learn. I can come and learn to do righteousness, but I'm not yet part of the kingdom. We all know the example of Apostle Paul. He was not part of the kingdom because who are the citizens of this kingdom? Those that have experienced the new birth. If you have not experienced a new birth, it doesn't matter if you've learned how to give. It doesn't matter if you've learned how to be decent. It doesn't matter. It's not about learning to do the way the kingdom does. It's about experiencing the new birth. That is the focal point of citizenship in this kingdom.
Okay, I want to say something. The culture of the kingdom doesn't guarantees citizenship as a citizen, but rather it guarantees retaining that citizenship. What gives citizenship, what makes you a citizen of the kingdom is the new birth. That gives you the citizenship. But to retain that citizenship, that's where the culture of the kingdom comes in. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our second to the last question is, the speakers too can answer it. How can the culture of the world be completely, I'm not saying partially now, be completely eradicated from today's church, from the church?
Please, thank you so much. I want to give a quick answer to that. When we look at it from the biblical timeline, the truth of the matter is it's not going to get better, but rather it is going to get more worse. The Bible makes us to, I think my sister said, one of them said about the spirit of delusion, which actually work out, is really working in this time. And the full capacity will even continue before the Lord Jesus comes into the world for his own. So I would say it's really going to get worse, even with the revival that we are still expecting. Of course, we are still expecting revival. But nevertheless, it will still grow more worse. But what I'm going to say, for as many who are holding on to the truth, and the Bible makes us understand that contend for the faith that was once earlier delivered to the saints. For as many congregations in the world, all over the world, whichever congregation it could be, but as far as you are still holding onto the righteousness that governs the Christian faith, hold on to it. And for as many as possible who are still having one sort of affiliation with any form of congregation where the truth where the truth of the word is not being ministered to, what I will say is, I think it is high time for you to get out from there and join evil, that which is capable of preparing you for eternity and heaven.
Thank you very much. Over to you now, Mr. Ayo. What's the advice to the house regarding to this topic, culture of the kingdom and that of the world?
Well, my advice to you is we should check ourselves, we should examine ourselves. Where do you stand? The kingdom, when we say the kingdom, of course we know that the kingdom is not some imaginary aspect. We are actually the kingdom. We are actually the people. When we talk about the people of the world, it's not us, it's the people outside there. What about the people of the kingdom is us. So it all boils down to us. Each of us should take our own individual decisions. Their way of life. What does it reflect? Does it reflect the culture of the kingdom? Does it reflect the culture of the world? And two, also, how do we know that what we are doing is actually reflecting the culture of the world? How do we know what we are doing is actually reflecting the culture of the kingdom if we are not taught? How shall they be saved? That is what makes us understand if someone is not taught or if they are not taught. So it all boils down to us using ourselves to constant renewal, using ourselves to constant regeneration. So that I would have loved to draw a very big example. Take for instance, I give an example. Now, when the Ark of Covenant was being moved from the house of Dagon down when David was bringing it to Israel, that's after the Philistines had captured it. And then they were moving it on the cart. The Philistines didn't know the culture of moving that thing. They didn't know how to do the way of moving that thing. And so they put it on the motor cart and they were moving it, but it was not supposed to be carried on the motor cart. It was supposed to be carried by hand. And that's two Levite priests behind. And so God was not even happy, first of all, and then they were carrying that. Musa was a priest. We don't know his life, but most people believe that his life was not pleasing, which I had any cause to believe. And they went when the ark stumbled, because remember, the ark was not, first of all, the Ark of the Covenant was not supposed to stumble, because if it was carried like human beings, it would have not stumbled to fall, actually. So when they put it on the cart, and then the king stumbled and almost fell, Uzzah went to him and got smote him. So, and when David saw that he was so scared, he moved the house of God to Obededom. Obededom, he was a priest also. He knew how to do it, he knew the way of life, and he yielded 40 blessings. And we know that even at the end of the day, Obededom followed the Ark of Covenant, even to the house of God, and made the house of God. So it all boils down to we knowing the way things should be done. If they had known the way to do the act, we would have not had such catastrophe. So we must know the culture of the kingdom, build ourselves in teaching, build ourselves in the new generation. And then when we've known that, what do we do that knowledge? We are right, true wisdom comes from applying such knowledge like this. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Mr. Moderator, to add a little bit to what I just said. There's tendency for us to have a whole lot of barren of truth. But one thing is, it boils down to individual. We are living in a world that is highly disastrous. And that's where you have to make your determination. Your determination that which I've gotten, I want to hold on to it. We are going to move out of this place. We meet a whole lot of people whereby they challenge your conviction. They challenge the caution in which you are trying to exercise. And some people are invariably giving to the prayer of the world and they forgot the caution of the kingdom. So I would say, outside there, hold on to this caution, hold on to this ethics, this biblical ethics, hold on to it. Don't let anybody make you feel inferior with what you are exhibiting, with biblical truth you are exhibiting. Don't allow the world to play the psychology against your belief. Hold on to it. Believe it. Once they jeer you, they make fun of you, they make jest of you, they say so many things about you. Don't let that get to you. You know who you believe and hold on to him. And at the later time, we will know who is on the wrong side and who is on the right side. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We thank our speakers for our contributions. We thank you very much. Thank you again for the questions. And we just ask for our feet as well.